Look at that fish. Oh my gosh, that thing is just a sound.
The skies are clear, shine on and on. Wisconsin woods and waters, we all.
That's a 10-pound walleye. Pretty close. About 15 pounds, huh? Whoa, look at him go! Wow! Isn't that something, man? That's got to be a pound and a half.
The waters in the woods, John calls home. Find Gillespie to go out with, have a what you want to show.
Holy cow, there we go, man. Nice pike. Wow.
Welcome to John Gillespie's Wisconsin's Waters and Woods. Today's show is brought to you by the Pabst Brewing Company. Get real, get Pabst. By your Toyota dealer. I love what you do for me, Toyota. By Baitmate. Baitmate catches fish anytime, anywhere. By your Polaris dealer. Polaris ATVs, snowmobiles, and personal watercraft. By Roundy's, the name you've come to know for quality and trust. And by Ameritech Cellular and Paging. Ameritech, your link to better communications.
Welcome to Wisconsin's Waters and Woods. Well, folks, we're set up right off downtown Milwaukee today with Big Dave. We're fishing for trout. We just got our tip-ups in and we got a flag, huh, Dave?
Yep. Yeah, he's on there.
All right, man.
Feels like a brown trout, John.
We just got these set up, and I'll tell you something, that flag went up, and he was taking some line pretty quick,
Oh,
too.
yeah, these browns take it in a hurry. You got to get right to these flags. That might be our biggest problem today, is just getting to these flags in time before these fish.
Oh, I can see him. It's a nice brown. That's a nice brown trout. Look at how clear that water is, folks.
It's just crystal clear, too.
Right in the Milwaukee Harbor here. Yep. Look at that. Oh, that's a nice brown.
Nice fish.
That's a nice brown trout, man. Good fight, Dave?
Yeah, these are fun.
I only have 8-pound mono on there. I don't know if that's enough.
Nice long fish.
That is a nice brown trout. All right, man. Beautiful. Hey, nice hook set too, buddy. You got him right in the lip there. I'll tell you something, folks. Fishing off of downtown Milwaukee is something else, isn't it? I mean, we got a great advantage here, don't we, in this city?
10 feet from shore, we got some of the best salmon and trout fishing anywhere in the world, and you can catch them right here through the ice.
Well, we just found that out, and we're also fishing for northern pike too, huh, Dave?
Yeah, we should get some big pike in here around these pilings, around these piers. We're right outside the sailing club, and there's a lot of fish in here. There's perch. There's the guys are getting rainbow trout down here and some nice browns. So we should have some fun today.
Well, way to start us off, buddy. And I'll have news on the 1996 Passel Ribbon Fishing Contest. All of that coming up right after this.
What do you do if the taste is great but the price isn't? Polish off a Pabst. Get real. Get Pabst. What do you get when you strip away all the glitz, all the athletes, all the bikinis? You get a great beer at a great price. Pabst Genuine Draft, the genuine difference.
What makes the 96 Toyota Camry come out ahead of the competition? Because every time it's put to the test, there's just no comparison. It's bigger than Accord with more interior room. In a family sedan comparison test, Car and Driver said it's our top choice. Now get special low financing when you buy or lease at this low monthly payment. This is a TMCC lease available through your Toyota dealers. Each dealer negotiates his own terms. Test the Camry. Test the deal. Nobody beats your Toyota dealer.
Around the world, there are no finer products than Roundy's. Witness the corn, golden, juicy. A dab of butter is all that's needed to achieve perfection. And peas, Roundy's peas, emerald ripe, merely delicious, bite after bite. And Roundy's carries with it something extraordinary for its customers. Savings. Roundy's quality and value. Something more for something less.
Here they come, the all-new 1995 ATVs from Polaris. For hunting, working, or just getting around, nothing beats a Polaris for comfort, performance, and pure riding pleasure. All Polaris ATVs have McPherson strut front suspension, single-lever hydraulic disc brakes, and the Polaris automatic variable transmission. They're tough, they're reliable, they're loaded. The Polaris 1995 ATVs, ready to ride today at these fine dealers.
Hey, welcome back, folks. I'll tell you, got another flag here. John Gross, our buddy from up in Door County. A nice brown trout down there, guys. Another nice brown. Is he going to take another run on you, John?
I think he might. Yeah.
All right, man. I'll tell you, you need to have a gaff hook out here, don't you, John, for these days?
I'm glad you got the wire on this one.
Really?
The way he's wrapping on the bottom of that hole.
Boy, that's another nice brown, though, man.
I've done some damage on some mono there.
Nice fish. There we go. That's a beauty, man. Holy cow. Hey, John, hold him up, buddy. There's a nice fish, man. Way to go. Now, John, I'll tell you, you guide and fish down in Racine quite a bit in the Racine Harbor. Did you know Milwaukee Harbor had browns and stuff?
No, I didn't. Not that you told me, John.
Hey, that's a nice fish, though, man. Now, when you're rigging up for these browns through the ice, do you normally use steel or do you like mono, John?
I usually use the mono.
Do you?
Yeah. We were more set up for northern on this one, but we'll take anything we can get, ain't it?
Yeah. Now, when you're setting them up, now we're in about 15 feet of water here. How deep do you set your tip ups?
About halfway down in this clear water.
Okay.
Yeah, they can see that bait from a long way off.
Well, this is kind of a fun day.
Good job of setting that on up.
I got my buddy, my guide John Gross, who guides Door County and Racine. We got Big Dave from the Dells here and his buddy Jim. And this is kind of a day off for us, so we thought we'd come down here and fool around. Cool. That's 2 flags in about a half hour. Good job, man.
Good deal.
I tell you, folks, it's really convenient to be fishing down here, basically in downtown Milwaukee. And a couple of things that you might want to try when you come down here. Dave brought along his jigging rod, and you just use a little jigging spoon and tip it with a minnow?
No, we're going to tip that with waxworms because these trout, typically they're going to feed on bugs, and a lot of times they're not hitting the alewives, or what we're using shiners. You put a little bug on there, and this water is so clear that they come and they hit it like a rocket.
And that's fun on a jigging rod.
When they hit it on a jigging rod, you just about pull the pole out of your hand.
Now that's one method, and of course what we're using today is tip-ups, and you're using mono leader, and I know that this is my tip-up. I've got 8-pound tests on here, but you recommend 20-pound tests.
Yeah, 20-pound tests, just because of the fact that there's some real big pike in here also. Somebody got about 18.5 pounder here last week. But there's fish in here, 18, 20, 25 pounds, some big pike in here. And we like to use the mono leader because the water is just, as you can see, it's crystal clear. And the fish won't have a tendency to pick that up as quick as they would that braided line. But
now, I noticed too, Dave, that you kind of varied it. We've got medium-sized shiners, and you got some big golden shiners out there too.
Yeah, that last fish came on a big golden, and typically what these fish are feeding on here are big alewives that are 5 to 7 inch long. So the bigger the shiner, typically the better. But there's also the rainbow in here. And and the northern, so we like to mix them up a little bit, and a lot of times the fish will prefer these smaller baits, so we like to mix them up. We got
well, you should be guiding the Dells today. I should fish walleyes.
We'll be up there next week.
Yeah, we'll get up there next week and fish walleyes. But I'll tell you,
but this is just for fun, and it's
come on down, because this is solid ice, 2 feet of ice out here. It's certainly safe, and you got a lot of pilings, and northerns like those pilings too.
You bet.
Well, here's your jigging rod, man. If you want to jig, I'm just going to watch the tip-ups. We're getting enough action.
Yeah, we're getting enough action.
Come on, Johnny's got one on here, man. Dave, have you seen him yet?
It was a northern, John.
Northern? All right, nice size. We had talked about that. There's nice pike down here, aren't there, Dave?
Oh, is it? No, it ain't.
Oh,
no, it's not.
It's a
big
brown trout.
Nice
brown trout. Another brown.
Nice
that's
brown.
a nice brown trout, though. You thought it was a northern, huh, Jim?
Yeah,
It was really
trying to come past the hole.
These things really put up a nice fight. Try and get up. He's got it in hail.
Holy cow, does he ever.
Fish.
That's another nice
long
brown
fish.
trout,
That's got to be 26, 27 inches or 25 or 26 inches.
Well, I'll tell you something, man. This is a good spot down here. And Dave, one thing we should talk about is, really when you think about it, there's harbors from Kenosha all the way up.
Yeah, there are, and there's fish in every single one of them. Just make sure you got safe ice. We got 2 feet of ice here, 15 inches at least. And, you can come down here any afternoon. We just set up at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We got 3 nice fish on the ice. We missed a couple, and this is when it should really start getting good. Early morning and late afternoon. These other fish were just kind of bonuses, but I expect us to get quite a few flags here now.
Well, cool. It's February the 13th, and we got 2 feet of ice here. This will all last for a couple weeks more, don't you think, Dave?
You bet. We should have another couple. It depends what kind of wave action we get in here, but I would think that you might have 2 or 3 more good weeks of safe fishing through here.
Hey, congratulations, Jim. Hold that one up to the camera there, man. That's a nice brown.
You're going to have to keep that one.
Look at that.
Ron, please.
Are you going to keep that one?
Oh, well.
He swallowed it. You're going to have to.
Yeah, nice brownie. Hey, and Mike, our buddy here, he brought the gaff along, and we didn't need it there, Mike.
We got another flag down on the end down there.
Oh, no. Hey, Mike, go get it, man. That's yours.
That's all yours. Wait, all right. Straight ahead of us there.
Way
go get it. That's your flag. That's your tip up.
You got to run,
ahead.
Mike. Come on, you got to move, man.
Straight
Go.
ahead.
Ooh, I'll tell you, John, these fight. You know that, man?
It's a blast, isn't it?
It is, really. These are 8-pound tests I got on here. That's the smallest one of the day I got here.
That was the good eating size.
Is it really?
Yeah, oh yeah.
There we go. Nice brownie. All right, man.
Brown.
Hey, John, I'll tell you. Hey, you fish browns a lot, Racine area down there. Have you ever seen them like this? And that fish had about 3 yards of line out.
This has really got me. As far as coming back and hitting twice, And matter of fact, usually it's a hit and run.
Yeah, right.
They hit that bait and they're gone with it.
I know when you and I fish them up in Door County, we fish them 3 feet below the ice in deep water.
Right.
And man, you go up and that spindle's going like that. Here it's like, you know, the flag goes up and they're just sitting down there.
Laid back Milwaukee fish.
He laid back Milwaukee fish. That's a good eating size though, huh, John?
Yeah, that's excellent.
Right? I got another flag over there, right over there, you guys.
All
Mike,
right,
that's yours, Big Mike. All right, Mike. I'll tell you, John, you know, late afternoon, and you told me browns are usually a morning fish too, huh?
Usually when I go, I really don't look for the afternoons to be hot on the browns.
Well, we're doing well today, though, man.
We'll take it. That's a definite.
Is it moving, Dave? A false alarm over there. But look at that. That's 2 nice browns. We got out here at noon today. We got 4 browns on the ice, and we've missed 2, so that's not bad, you know?
Oh, I'm waiting for that big northern over there, though.
Big pike or a big steelhead? They got steelhead in here, too, buddy.
What makes the all-new 96 Toyota 4Runner come out ahead of the competition? Because every time you put it to the test, there's no comparison. All new for 96 with more head and leg room, easier entry, dual airbags, a great introductory price, and special finance and lease rates. Test the 4Runner. Test the deal. Test it now. Nobody beats your Toyota dealer.
To remind you about a more affordable way to go cellular,
hello,
Ameritech will give you a free portable phone.
Great.
And monthly minutes.
Nice.
And great Ameritech service, all for just $19.95 a month.
That's it?
That's it. Just $19.95 for everything.
For everything?
Yep. You even get this nifty box to take it home in. Pick up and go cellular, the more affordable way to get everything you need to go cellular. So what do you say?
Thanks.
Only from Ameritech. Your link to better communication.
No boys and very few men could have caught that fish. We took a photograph of that fish, and the picture weighed 7 pounds.
Hey, I got a money-back guarantee on my new outboard.
What's that, son?
Well, it's just if I don't like my new Mariner for any reason in 60 days, I can take it back.
It's a good one.
Mariner makes the world's best outboard motors.
I got it in writing.
And it ain't bragging, because we can back it up.
Yes. There we go. Whoa! Holy mackerel! Oh, look at that! Is that a pig? That's a beautiful fish! Holy cow! Holy mackerel!
Is that a gorgeous fish?
Bait Mate Live, the fish attractant that makes lures look, smell, and taste like live bait.
Dave, I got one on here, man. I'll tell you, I set the hook right away and took a ton of line out, unlike those brown trout that I caught today.
This one's in by them piers. Maybe we got a northern on here, John.
Well, there's the sinker, and it is a northern.
It is.
Yeah, there we go. It is a pike. Oh,
whoops,
right.
sorry about that.
That's all right, man. Not a big one, but a northern.
Yeah, this one's right by them pilings. That's kind of what we were expecting. We get some northerns this time of day towards we were hoping for it anyway.
I had heard rumors about being some big pike in here, you know.
This one's not real big.
No.
That's just a little guy, but
you can tell on the width of those fish that they can get big in here, you know.
Yeah.
All right, Dave, that's what we were after today, northern pike.
That's a nice little bonus.
Now, as we get into later ice situations, you know, we're in mid-February now, late February, and the ice is still safe. This can be a heck of a spot.
Oh, this should be a real good spot. You know, and like I say, any of these harbors up and down throughout Lake Michigan, from here to Kenosha, really, have been producing some nice fish.
Did you know there were northerns in here?
I knew there was northerns in there, and I know there's bass, and you know, maybe someday we'll get to see some of these walleyes they've been stocking, but I think that's more over by the Summerfest grounds.
Hey, you got to call this a successful day.
Oh,
We're not quite done yet. We've been out here, got out here, set up probably by 12:30. It's 4:30 now. Got 5 browns on the ice, that northern, and we missed at least 3 fish.
At least 3 fish, yep. And this should be the best time. This last hour should be our best bet.
Well, let's get this guy back down there, man. I'd love to see one of those big pike that I've heard are in here.
I've heard there's some monsters in here. I haven't seen them myself, but I know guys that have caught them, and they're 18, 20 pounds, you know. So.
Well, you look at the feed that they have, the alewives, the smelt, and all that.
I mean, they could be feeding on these trout that we're catching as far as that goes.
Well, hey, I'll tell you, this has been a fun day, man, and I'll tell you, I recommend coming down here, folks. Or like Dave said, you got Kenosha, Racine, Manitowoc, all these harbors that have fish.
And it's really easy fishing that anybody can do. You know, there are, you know, as you get spots up like where John fishes and guides up there, you know, it's you do need a guide. But these areas here, you just get around these pilings and some open areas,
or call John up.
Or call John up, and I'm sure he'd be happy to take you out and show you how to do it.
John, you guide in this area, wouldn't you? Sure. Yeah. So, you know, that'd be great. You know, especially guys from watching from Illinois, they want to come up here.
You bet.
John will take them out, guide
We'll take all the guesswork out of it for you.
Yep. Mike's got the gaff. John's got one on, huh?
It's just peeling line.
Really?
Whoa,
we just got that northern over there by the pilings. Let's see if we have another pike on in here.
Boy,
there's your
peel the line off.
Look at all the line he's got out here. You must have 40 yards of line out here, John. Ooh, mono leader and another northern. All right, that one's a little bit bigger.
A little bit bigger.
Those are stout, aren't they?
They're nice fish. Nice, healthy fish. Beautiful coloring.
Can you tell a lot about how big a northern's going to grow by how fat they are at that size?
Yeah, at that size. When you see that width coming across the back, you know that's only a couple-year-old fish, and to get that type of girth already, I don't know, I would estimate that's probably a 3 or 4 year old fish, and they have that kind of girth.
You got to go. Okay, Mike, go to it, buddy.
Get it, Mike.
Mike's going to go grab that one. But Dave, I'll tell you something. Setting up along these pilings for the northerns and the browns out in the middle, is that the pattern?
That's what it seems to be today. And that's what I've been hearing, that the northerns like structure. Either get right along these walls or right up in these pilings or right on the edge of them. I like to set up right on the outside edge of the pilings, and these fish will just cruise along here until they find their school of bait fishing.
Cool. Hey, John, I know you spend a lot of time guiding up in Door County. Would you guide guys down here?
Yeah, this is good. This is real good. Matter of fact, it's better than it's been up there a little bit.
I know, really, guys. You can be pretty much assured of catching something here, can't you?
This is great.
Hey, what's going on here? Look at this, Dave. John's got another. This is the first time this fling's gone off all day. What do you think, Johnny?
I think we got the wrong kind of fish on the wrong kind of line.
What do you, is it a northern?
Yeah, I think it's a northern on that light mono.
On the mono, Dave.
All right, well, we'll just take our time with it. If we get it, we get it. If we don't, we don't.
Have you had him up yet, John?
Ooh, yeah, there he is.
Oh, that's a nice pike.
Nice pike.
That is a nice
He's not
pike.
ready yet. Take your time
That's
with
a
him.
nice pike, John.
Nice
That's
pike.
a nice pike. That's going to be 32,
Again,
33 inches.
Right in front of these pilings again. These northerns are really turning on right in front of these.
And evening, too. You know, we didn't see a northern until it got to be about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. John, what do you think, buddy?
I'm impressed.
You're going to guide Milwaukee now, huh? Hey, there's your bobber.
Somebody's got to keep an eye on these other flags.
Yeah, that can be Mike's job. That's a nice pike,
Nice
man.
pike.
There you go.
Nice
there
fat
we go.
fish, John.
Oh, yeah. Now, this is going to be a little bit older fish here, folks, and you're going to be able to see
Get them up a little higher.
how fat these babies are in here. There we go. Holy cow.
Nice
there
fish.
we go. That's a 28-incher.
Well,
good job, Johnny
good job.
Gross.
Sorry about that. I almost lost him
Now,
for
Dave,
you, John.
again, now you can see this is about a year older fish than that
Yeah,
last
I would
one.
say so. Look at the girth. We've got about a 2.5-inch girth on its back, and probably a 4 or 5 year old fish.
Look at how he got him hooked just perfectly there, too.
He's got some right there.
John, you got him right in the corner of the mouth. You know that? That's where you had to get him with that mono, too.
Oh, yeah, we didn't have
And you can catch some big fish with those mono leaders, and you get a lot more action. You might lose a couple fish, but we're catching and releasing anyway, so it doesn't really.
But I wanted to get him on tape. You know?
That's a nice fish, John.
You know, everybody's been telling me, you know, over the years about the northern pike fishing in the Milwaukee Harbor area. I'm a believer now.
And this gentleman was telling us somebody got one 43 inches down here. That's got to be a 20-pound fish in this body of water.
What do you think, man? You coming back next winter? I know you'll be guiding in the Dells now the rest of the year.
I'll be in the Dells. Unfortunately, I won't be back down here anymore, but I'd sure give John a call.
Hey, good job, man.
Good job.
Nice fish. And I think the potential's there for a bigger fish.
Oh, you bet. I think we should stay a little bit longer, don't you?
I've got nowhere to go. I just called my wife, so she said stay down there for a while, honey.
All right. Good job, John.
Well, I'll tell you, Dave, I only had to travel a couple miles from home, and this has been one of the best ice fishing outings of the year. We caught a lot of fish today.
4 or 5 hours, and we've had action all day long.
And I'll tell you something, folks want to come down here and they might not know what they're doing. John Gross is available to hire.
John Gross guides for this, and this is one of his specialties through the ice is brown trout. And he does it up in Door County, he does it at Racine, and he does it around here too. And he's very good at it. If you've never done it before, give John a call, have him show you how to set your tip-ups, what size minnows to use, what size hooks, a few of the different techniques we've tried. And he'll put you on the fish, and you'll have a lot of fun, and you can come back and do it by yourself after that.
And if you want to fish with Big Dave, he'll be walleye.
We'll be
got
breaking the river open
believe it or
tomorrow,
not.
so.
Mid-February, we'll be walleye fishing with you next week.
Yep.
Hey, good to see you,
Thanks,
Dave.
John.
Thank you.
You bet.
John Gross, Ice Guides Lake Michigan from Racine to Door County. For more information, give John a call. That phone number is 414-639-4631. If you currently own an Alumacraft Phantom or have ever looked at one, you'll love this brand new 1996 Alumacraft Phantom V170. It has new front and rear deck design, 6 and 7 foot rod storage, and a huge 60-inch live well. Powered by a Mariner 115 horsepower with oil injection and power trim and tilt. This Mariner will get you to the fishing hot spots in a hurry. A Shorelander roller trailer, a Motor Guide laser trolling motor, a Lowrance locator, batteries, freight and prep, all for only $14,695. Hey folks, we've been experimenting with a new bait rig this year.
Big fish, big fish, big fish.
Look at that.
Here's one fish-catching bait rig you can't be without. It's called the Fat Lip, the most revolutionary fishing innovation available today. The Fat Lip bait rig is the perfect fish-catching combination. You can cast it, troll it, jig it, use it anchored in current, even through the ice. You can use the Fat Lip with live bait, plastics, spinner blades. Just match the pattern you plan to fish. Ask your local bait dealer and give those fish a Fat Lip.
What do you do if the taste is great, but the price isn't? Polish off a Pabst. Get real. Get Pabst. If you want the great taste without the high price, you gotta do this. Pabst Ice. The taste is cold. The price isn't.
The new Toyota Corolla. What makes it come out ahead of the competition? Put it to the test and there's no comparison. Corolla beats Saturn with more base horsepower. Now, at a low monthly lease payment, this is a TMCC lease available through your Toyota dealers. Each dealer negotiates his own terms. You can't beat the value. Test Corolla. Test the deal. Test it now. Nobody beats your Toyota dealer.
Beautiful job, Dave. Welcome back, folks. Well, overnight it got really cold up here in the Dells area. We're talking, what, 2 below today?
Yep, 2 below.
And what we're going to do is do some ice fishing now. And let's go through how we set a tip up here, Dave. We're fishing, folks, in, I guess, kind of like, would this be called a slough area, Dave?
Yeah, it's a slough off the main channel of the Wisconsin River.
And what are we going to be fishing for today?
Well, on the tip-ups, we're going to hopefully get some northern action.
Okay.
We've got some nice perch in here, and we've got walleyes that come in towards dark, and a little bit of everything in here.
Well, that sounds good. As I mentioned, we're in a slough, and it's pretty shallow, huh?
It's only about 4 feet of water in through here.
So when you set a tip up in 4 feet of water, how deep do you put it, Dave, normally?
Well, I'll just put it about 2 feet underneath the ice. The northern eyes are on the top of their heads, and they'll come up for the bait. So
really, you don't set it like a foot off the bottom or anything like that, right under the ice?
For the walleyes, I do, but for the northerns, I put it up a little bit higher because they'll come up for the bait.
What's going on here, Dave?
I got one right up by the hole.
A big one? Oh, this one looks like
fish.
Is it a bigger fish?
It's a bigger fish.
Why do you use that mono leader on there?
Well, you just so the fish don't see a line as much. You lose a few more fish, but I think you get a lot more hits.
Ooh, that's a nice pike. That's a real nice pike. Holy cow! Holy cow! Be careful, man. Let him run again. Let him run again. Let him run again. That's a big pike. That's a big pike, folks. Oh, my.
I gotta get some help here grabbing this thing.
Right here, what should I do?
Let me just
grab him by the head.
There we go.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Look at that northern! Oh, hey, David! Wow! Hey! Oh, dude! That's gotta be, that's 15 pounds, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a nice fish.
I'll tell you, folks, with a mono leader.
Yep.
Explain why you more bites,
well,
huh?
Like I said, the fish don't see the line. And I think you get a lot more tip-ups. You might have, on a big one like this, you might have a tendency to lose a few more fish, but you get more action. And when it's cold like it is today, I want as much action as I can to keep me warm.
Hey, buddy, that's a beauty. You got to hold this baby up for us, too, man. What do you, 15 pounds?
Oh,
every bit of 15, huh?
Yep. See, that took that leader right off.
Oh, yeah.
I'll have to change that, but it was worth it.
Do you have to play them a little differently with the mono?
Yeah, you can't horse them in. You got to just take your time.
Well, I'll tell you, you promised us some good ice fishing in the Dells area, and we just started, folks.
That's the second fish.
Now, are you going to release this guy?
Well, we can.
Or what do you normally do in a situation like this?
I'll normally release that fish.
Really?
It'll be a trophy fish someday.
Well, it is now for a lot of folks, including me.
For a lot of folks.
Well, let's release them then.
Okay.
Boy, is that a beauty. And are they fat up here?
Yeah, they are. They're just beautiful fish.
What draws them to a bay like this, Dave, this time of year?
Well, there's a lot of bait fish in here. We're off the main channel. This is a slough. There's a lot of panfish in here. Water's a little bit warmer. It's a place for them to come in and rest, and there's weeds in this bay, and just a lot of panfish and perch.
Well, can I do the honors here?
You sure can, John.
Oh, is that a gorgeous pike, Dave? Oh, my. There he goes. He'll be all right?
You'll be just fine.
Hey, give me 5 again. Congratulations. Hey, wasn't that a beauty?
That's a dandy.
That's a beautiful fish. Folks, as Dave was mentioning before, they got some pretty darn good bluegill fishing up here on the Wisconsin. Jim caught a bunch of them here. Why don't you dump these out? Now, Dave, will this bluegill fishing last? Boy, those are nice ones.
Yeah, and they get a lot bigger than that.
Do they really?
Yeah, like Jim was saying, he was getting some up to a pound and a quarter earlier a couple weeks ago on that first ice. But that's a beautiful bluegill anywhere you catch it.
Yeah, those are hand-sized gills.
And you see one perch in there, but we've been getting perch. What's the biggest one you got this year, Jim? We've been getting them 12, 13, 14-inch perch.
Wow.
That's
a nice mess of fish, I'll tell you.
Yeah, but you can get good northern fishing. There's walleyes that come in these backwaters, beautiful bluegills. You name it, you can catch it on these backwaters of Wisconsin River.
Now, is it mainly a morning and evening type thing?
For the panfish.
Yeah.
Early in the morning, first hour in the morning, and right before dark.
For more information on fishing the Wisconsin Dells area, give Big Dave a call. That phone number is 608-254-6494.
The 1996 Pass the Ribbon Fishing Contest is underway. If you happen to catch a big fish, send a photo of that fish, what you caught him on, where you caught him, to Wisconsin's Waters and Woods. That address is 4230 North Oakland, Box 195, Milwaukee, Wisconsin 53211. Remember, Pabst promotes catch and release and keeping our waters safe and clean. So you're out in the boat, enjoy the great taste of Pabst NA. Or when you're having that shore lunch, reach for a Pabst Blue Ribbon. As they say, get real, get Pabst. And that is our show for today. Please join us next week. We plan on going up to Wisconsin Dells to fish open water for walleyes. Until then, I'm John Gillespie, hoping to see you enjoying Wisconsin's Waters and Woods.